Hey everyone, how to use the cards in the DECKIBLE app. I did one more of these before and I just thought I would simplify it because somebody said it wasn't. So when you first download your cards, you will see Tarot of Asterisms and you will click more info. Here it tells you there's a guidebook of 3 cards. If you click that, you'll be able to see them. A quick explanation on how to use the cards. We can save the timeline when we've had a draw, we can discard changes, or we can just go back. I'm going to discard those. So what I'm going to do then is I click on the cards and I'm going to start with a blank canvas. There are many layouts there and you can shuffle and you can choose a card. Once you've chosen a card, you have this wonderful chance then to look at what a beautiful background it is. When you tap it, so this is a tap 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 system, you see the card and you can look at the card and you can read the card. In fact, whatever you find emotive about it, there's the constellation, or in real terms the asterism, its position, and my rendition of what I think Corona Borealis would look like. And then of course you tap it again. When you tap it again, there's a message and you can read that message. You can read half of the message. It's sort of got 2 sides, so one half might be more appropriate than the other. Once you're done there, you tap it again and here we have an archetype. Now this can be a trait, it can be a toxic trait, it can be a character reference. It may not be a whole personality, and that's why I call it an archetype. Archetypes don't describe a whole personality, and Carl Jung, when he wrote out his archetypes, he was pretty clear at the end that most people are not a single archetype, there are at least 3. So here we have development and change and growth, but we also have situations. So if you're going to read the archetype, firstly I advise that you choose the card with that in mind. I want to read another person, I want to read this interaction, I want to know who we are in this situation, what we perhaps at loggerheads about what's causing the issue, and you can draw an archetype for each of you and get clarity on what's going wrong or what's not quite gelling, or even what could gel, because in every problem there is a solution. So we look at this particular archetype because we've drawn it for that. So when you decide to draw, you draw for the message. Just read the message. There's too much information. You could pop through to the myth. They're exciting, they're fun, and sometimes in the myth you get the information you want. If you're learning to develop an understanding of the cards, then you are going to want just the keywords: trusting, innocent, fated, inexperienced, and dependent, not independent. So once you've got that, you know exactly where you are. So they have 3 faces, they're called. There's phase 3, there's not a phase, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. If you want to know about timing, every single card has a timing influence on it. This one is main influence July. Again, it's not an add-on if you've drawn it for the message or drawn it for the archetype, and I don't advise that you draw one card for each section, for all of the sections. You draw a card for each section. So if you've asked about a message and then you've gone for an archetype, then you ask what about time frames, and that's when you look at the card that you ignore the rest but the time frame. So I hope that helps you today. That's the Tarot of Asterisms and how to use them in the DECKIBLE app. The meanings are right there for you every time. Ciao for now.